G'day everyone, my name's Sam. If you're new here, it's a pleasure to meet you. Thanks for clicking on this video. If you have clicked on this video, you'll know that today we are working through a power Vinyasa style yoga practice. And I am honored to be your teacher through this practice and to guide you through. You won't need any props for this practice. And we are going to get the body working pretty quickly. So if you haven't seen my wrist warm-up video, I'm going to pop it in one of the corners here and also down in the description below. So that will just give you a chance to warm up your wrists, your forearms and your upper arms, your shoulders as well, so that they're ready just to bear a little bit of weight through this strong practice. And this is designed for people who have a regular yoga practice, who are familiar with the names of the postures, familiar with moving with their breath, so that they can get into it pretty quickly. And if you have no experience, you just want to give it a try, that's completely fine too. There'll be options for everyone throughout, and I'm delighted that you're on this journey with me together. So when you're ready, we'll get right into it. So we'll get started down on our backs in a bridge setup. So lay down flat, take your feet, rest them underneath your knees, and to start with, just interlace your fingers and rest them over your belly. So if you can, use these first few moments here just to do nothing. Just close down the eyes. If you can, bring your awareness to not just the sound, but the feel of your breath as well. As we mentioned, the practice will be strong today. So embrace these few moments here to be still and to slow down. Because once the work starts, we'll be moving relatively quickly, working to build up a sweat. Just taking around 3 more breaths here, feeling your belly expand into your hands as you inhale, and the belly hollow out as you let go. 2 more like that. Last full breath. And then from here, blinking the eyes open, we're going to cross our right ankle onto our left thigh. So as you do, we want to dorsiflex at the ankle, so toes will point towards the shin. That's going to be one of the themes throughout the practice. Allow this right knee to move away from you as you reach and catch hold of your left hamstring, interlacing the hands behind the hamstring there. If you want a little lighter stretch, you could rest your head back down onto the earth. If you wanted to take it further, lift your head off the mat and imagine you're trying to take your forehead towards your right ankle as you bring your right ankle towards your forehead. And maybe those 2 points meet, maybe they're nowhere near, it does not really matter. Keep both of the feet flexing. Just take a few breaths here, really feeling that deep opening or lengthening through the outside of the right hip. Take one last breath. As you exhale, I'm going to set the left foot down. Keep that right ankle where it is. Take the arms out wide and just let your knees fall off to the left. So right foot will ground flat onto the mat to start with. And if you can, we're going to open that right knee away from us, so towards what is the top edge of your mat. And keep that right foot flexing if we can. A long inhale. And as you bring your hips back to center, we'll reset for the opposite side. So left ankle is going to cross on the right thigh. Super flex that left foot and then reach up to catch hold of your right hamstring, interlacing your hands behind that hamstring. Again, maybe you start with the head softening down onto the earth. Just feeling what it's like to draw that right knee a fraction closer, to get a little more length through the outside of that left hip. And if you did on the previous side, lift your head, squeeze, 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 like you were trying to take your forehead to your left ankle towards the forehead. Draw in nice and close. Take an inhale breath. As we exhale, softening, right foot down, allowing the knees to fall off towards the right hand side. Spreading the arms wide and then opening that left knee away from you. Take one last breath here. Let it out. And we'll slowly bring the hips back towards center. We'll unravel the legs to start with, and then start to draw the knees in towards your chest. So as you do, I'll just clip my microphone back onto my pants here. Wrap your hands around your knees and bring yourself up towards the seat. Nice one. So the hips are a little more open than perhaps they normally would be when we first start our yoga practice. So from here, we're just going to take ourselves back to our first downward facing dog. Ground down through the hands, tuck the toes, lift the hips up nice and high. For today, we're going to have the two big toes touching in our downward facing dog, and that is more just to keep you mentally active throughout the practice, just to give you something to bring your focus towards if you feel the mind starting to run away throughout. So take an inhale here. Let it out. And the work will begin. We'll reach the right leg up towards the sky. Watch it as it rises. Keep the toes flexed towards you. And then lift that left heel nice and high. As you pull the right knee to chest, try and glue your right thigh to the right rib cage. Look forward and step that right foot between the hands. From here, drop the back knee down onto the earth. Interlace your fingers. Push against your right thigh to lift your chest. So we'll squeeze the shoulder blades back towards each other here. We're trying to get as long as we can, as tall as we can. Keeping left toes tucked and really flexing into that left glute. And keep that chest rising. Make a little pistol with the fingers and reach the arms up and overhead. Look up towards those thumbs there. So inner thighs are squeezing towards each other. Left toes are tucked under. Left glute is really firm. And take a full breath. And as you exhale, circle hands down to the mat. Step your left foot up to meet your right. We'll find a fold. And inhale to lengthen halfway. Exhale, we'll fold. Interlace your fingers here, just take them to the back of your head. Lean the weight forward into your toes and let your elbows fall towards each other. If you can, just start to take a little bop forwards and back. So just getting a little more elasticity going on through the hamstrings, through the back of the legs. Trying to keep the stability through the feet so 10 toes grounded. A little bit of life in the quadriceps, the thighs, so maybe flex them, you'll feel the kneecaps lift. And gently slow the bop, allow your arms to drop. I didn't mean for that to rhyme, but it did. I'm a poet and I didn't even know it. From here we'll roll up to stand. It's always an odd experience when you make a joke to the camera because there's no one here to laugh at you. So you're just laughing at yourself, which I'm completely fine with. Once you arrive at stand, inhale, let your arms rise. Then exhale to pull through center. So find Samastitihi, palms together at heart, and then reset in Tadasana. Taking a single breath, letting that breath go. And inhale, arms rise, look up. Exhale, pull through center to fold. Head will drop nice and heavy at the bottom of that fold. Then inhale, will lengthen halfway, let your spine get long. Right foot stays, step the left leg back really long, find a lunge. Be on the fingertips to start with as you lift your left knee high and sit deep in your right thigh. Then push through the left palm, reach the right arm up, look up towards your right thumb. So we want to feel the right shoulder blade wrapping onto the back, and this will allow you to twist deeper, push through your left hand and let your left leg get straighter as your right knee sits deeper, or your right thigh sits deeper, I should say. Take a breath here. Exhale, right hand will return to the mat. We're going to work to pick up that right foot and step back towards a plank. Get nice and long here. Push those heels back, send the chest forwards. Take an inhale. Exhale, we'll go to floor. So bend the elbows slowly. Come through cobra, tops of feet ground. Lift the chest, squeeze those shoulder blades back, and let the crown of the head lead the way here. Another breath. Exhale, head will drop. Toes will tuck. We'll find the push-up. Press to the top of the plank and take it back to downward facing. Remember, 2 big toes to touch. Single breath. From here, left leg will rise. Keep the toes flexed. Watch the leg as it lifts. Then right heel elevates. Left thigh glues to the left rib cage. Keep pushing through the hands. Look forward. See how lightly you can land that left foot down. Then back knee will drop. We'll take the hands, interlace them, push them down on top of that left thigh. Start to lift that chest. Squeeze those shoulder blades back. Get long through your spine, tall through your chest. And then reach the arms up, making that little pistol grip. Like the arms are trying to escape your body, so elevate the shoulder blades slightly. Not so much that you feel the shoulders up near the ears, but so much so that you feel a little bit of space between the ribs. Take an inhale. Exhale, circle hands to mat, step up, find your fold. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, we'll bow. Then full breath to reach the arms overhead, Urdhva. Exhale, pull hands through heart, Samastitihi. And reset Tadasana. Single breath. Continuing to float. Inhale, we rise. Exhale, we dive. Inhale, we lengthen half. And then right foot back nice and long. Find your lunge first. Be on the fingertips. Lift that right knee. Then right palm sets flat. Reach your left arm up. Wrap that left shoulder blade onto the back. Look towards your left thumb. Continue to dive deep into the left leg. Continue to lift that right knee away from the floor. A little bit of a flex in the right glute will help you straighten that back leg here. Full in breath. Exhale, left hand will ground. Pick up the left foot, step back, find a plank. Now, because I know you watched that wrist warm-up video before, your wrists are nice and warm, we're going to step up our vinyasas here. So push those heels back, send the chest forwards. Take an in-breath. Exhale, chaturanga, lower halfway, pause. And then untuck the toes as you straighten the arms. Find your upward facing. Really allow the biceps to wrap forward, the shoulder blades to squeeze back. Take another breath here. Then we stay on the tops of the feet. We rebend the elbows for chaturanga on the tops of the feet. And we roll our toes back over, take the push up, and come back to downward facing dog. From here, we'll take one inhale. Let it out. And then we look forward, lift heels, bend knees. It'll be your journey to the top of the mat. However you choose to get there. Once you arrive, take a halfway lift, full breath in. Exhale to fold forward. Then use your inhale to reach your arms all the way up towards the sky. And then exhale to reset. Hands come through center, and then Tadasana. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, pull through to fold. Just making our way through Surya Namaskara A here. Inhale, lift your chest halfway. Then ground your palms, step or float. Chaturanga, hold. Pull through, upward facing, inhale. Exhale, rebend the elbows, chaturanga. And then roll those 10 toes over. Push to straighten. Come back, downward facing. Take an inhale. Let it out. Now you may notice I took a handstand before. That's completely optional. You can
get to the top of the mat however you choose. You can walk, you can take a gentle hop, or of course, you can float. As you make it to the top, take your halfway lift on the in-breath. Let the exhale fold you forward. Then inhale to reach your arms all the way up towards the sky. Exhale, pull through center. Then find Tadasana. Close the eyes for a moment. Allow the breath to slow. Nice way. Setting for Utkatasana. So look down to the feet for a moment. Have your heels separated slightly, 2 big toes to touch. Squeeze those thighs together. We're going to sit our hips nice and low. Reach the arms forward so the palms touch. Shoulder blades spread apart, and then we reach our arms high. If you feel the tailbone jutting out behind you, lift from the front of your hips. Pull your navel in and sit deeper. And allow your arms to climb as you look up towards the thumbs. We'll take a breath here. Hold for the exhale. Now, if you can, lean a little more weight into your left leg here and just pop up onto the ball of your right foot. If you need to take the palms together at heart because the shoulders are starting to feel it, you just let that happen here. Once you feel this space, left knee stays bending, just squeeze the right heel in towards the butt, but encourage more depth into your left thigh. So squeeze your knees together, right heel to bum, left thigh nice and low. Take a breath. Exhale, we set the right foot back next to the left, pop up onto the ball of your left foot this time, and when you're ready, squeeze that left heel in towards your bum. Sitting nice and deep, allowing your chest to stay lifted. Just working a little bit of single leg strength activation here. One last breath. Exhale, left foot next to right. Straighten your legs. We will fall. Setting for Parangustasana, so catch the big toes, first 2 fingers. Inhale, lengthen your chest forwards. Exhale, bend your elbow, pull yourself down. Shoulder blades roll away from the ears. Elbows pull out to the sides as we use the biceps to lengthen crown of the head towards the floor in front of the toe. One last breath. And releasing toes, we'll take a halfway lift. From here, pop up onto the balls of the feet, sit the hips back towards the heels. So you're getting used to the idea of being nice and small. If this feels comfortable, see if your heels can rest onto the floor. If that works without using the hand, lower your bottom down. We'll find Navasana. So squeeze the thighs and the knees together, the ankles together, just like you would in Utkatasana chair pose. Pull your shoulder blades back towards each other. Lift that chest. I'm going to take an inhale breath. And as we exhale, lower your back down, keep chin to chest, extend both legs up towards the sky. So we're going to keep our arms reaching forward, our head lifting off the mat. From here, we're going to keep that left leg where it is as well. Just cross the right ankle on the left thigh. Both feet are super flexed here. The more you lift the head, the more the low back's going to stay grounded on the mat, and that is what we want. Take an inhale. Exhale, we lower and lift the left leg. We're going to do it 8 times. Go 1, 4, 2. Use strength rather than using momentum. 3, left leg nice and strong. 4, keep resisting that right ankle into the thigh. For 5, for 6, go for 7, then on 8. We'll take both legs up to the sky. Press the heels to the ceiling so you feel the tailbone rise, and then reach your arms up towards your toes. So without the feet coming back towards your head, we want to still create as best we can a straight line. It's really, really challenging, I know, so do the best you can. Feel the tailbone lifting. You might like to take your fingers underneath there, then reach your arms up a little higher. We're going to be here for 6, for 5, 4, reach a little higher, 3, 2, then on 1. Left ankle's going to cross over the right thigh. Both feet are going to stay flexed. You reach the arms forward, head and chest lifting. Take an inhale. Exhale, we lower and lift right leg. 8 times. It's 8. For 7. Isn't this fun? For 6, this is probably the point where you pause the video. For 5, maybe go grab a snack. For 4, When you come back, I'll still be here for 3. Hopefully some of you are doing it with me. 2. And on 1. Both legs up to sky. Lift the tailbone. Reach the arms up. Be here for 8. 7. For 6. Flex the feet. For 5. Reach the arms higher. For 4. 3. 2. On 1. Cross the ankles. Knees to chest. Heels to butt. Rock up to a seat. Ground the hands. Come back. Chaturanga. Pause. Untuck the toes. Straighten the arms. Upward facing. And rebend the elbows. Find your chaturanga. Roll the 10 toes. Take a push up. Come back. Downward facing dog. Nice work. Inhale, breath together. We'll let it out. Inhale, right leg will rise. Keep the foot flexed. Exhale, step the foot gently by the right thumb. And drop your back heel, prepare your legs for warrior 1. So wrap this left hip forward, sit nice and deep in the right thigh, then reach your arms forwards and up. Left leg is nice and straight, right knee is bending deeply. Take an inhale, hold for the breath out, then pull your palms together in front of you. Right leg's going to stay where it is. We'll just lift the left heel off the mat. If we can, gently step the left foot up to meet the right. Once we're right, your right ankle will cross over your left thigh. Super flex the right foot just like we've been practicing and sit back into your single leg chair. So find a point in front of you that's not going to move. Let that be your point of gaze, your drishti right now. Keep this right foot flexing, and if you can find a little more depth, you're going to work to rest left elbow just on the inside of the right foot there, right elbow on the inside of your right knee. If you notice your bum starts to lift higher than your chest, perhaps you're not sitting into that depth quite enough. So sit a little deeper into that left leg. If you can find more depth, let your arms reach out in front. Try and lower your left thigh so it's parallel to the floor. Keep flexing the right foot, reaching the arms forward. Maybe your chest is resting across your right shin or your right ankle. Take an inhale breath. Stay for the out. And push through the left foot, we'll come to stand. Squeeze the right knee to chest, stand up nice and tall. If you can, left hand will stay where it is. Extend the right arm back. Start to feel your chest turning to the right hand side of the room. If you're more familiar with this shape and you feel you have more room, left hand to the right foot, straighten the leg. Parivrita hasta Parangustasana. Revolved hand to foot pose. Pushing through that left leg. See if you can find a little more opening. Maybe play with shifting the gaze back towards the right hand. Just see what happens. A lot of time on that left leg, I know it is. Take a breath. Exhale, come back through center and see how gently you can land your right foot next to your left. Nice work. Give that left leg a chance to shake out. I wish I could tell you we had a little more time to rest here, but unfortunately, we are working for more of that power element today. So we're going to keep the flow going. 2 big toes to touch. Stand up tall, find Tadasana. Then inhale, arms rise. Exhale, pull forward to bow. Inhale, half lift, get long. Then your Vinyasa, step or float. Chaturanga, pause. Take your upward facing, breath in. Exhale, re-bend the elbows. And then roll the toes over, push to straighten. Come back to down dog. Nice work. Left side, inhale, left leg rises. Exhale, left foot by left thumb. Ground the back heel, prepare for warrior 1. Sit deep, look forward, reach the arms high. Look up towards your thumbs, let your right leg be straight, your left thigh be low. Then look towards your palms. Take an inhale. Let the breath out. And then palms press together at heart. Slowly, right heel will lift, look forward. Gently, right foot will step next to left. We get there, left ankle will cross on the right thigh.
We'll sit our hips back in space. Find your drishti, your point of focus. Let your hips move backwards rather than fall out to the right-hand side. If you need to stop, readjust so you know the hips are square. Let that happen. Again, left ankle super flex. You find the space. Maybe elbows rest. The inside of the knee, the inside of the foot. Keep the chest lifting as best you can. Feel the opening in the right hip. If there's more space, reach your arms forward. Sit your hips deeper. Like your right thigh was parallel to the floor. Like your chest was resting across your left shin. Be here for an in-breath. Stay for the out. And we push through right foot. We come to stand. Hug the left knee to start with. Stand tall in your right leg. Then right hand will find your left knee. You reach that left arm back. Again, if you have more space and you're more familiar with the shape, right hand to the outside of the left foot. We work to straighten. So straighten standing leg as well as your lifted leg. The exhale will allow you more room to twist. You might even be able to shift that gaze back towards your left hand. Full breath in. Stay for the out. Gently bring it back to center. See how lightly you can rest that left foot down. Give that right leg a shake out. Nice work. And step back so you have about a third of your mat in front of you. If you can, trust your depth here. We're going to have the feet just a natural hip width distance apart. We're going to go for a squat. Let it be low. You might be able to keep your heels grounded. When you get there, see if your triceps can just rest on top of your knees. Let your palms face up for a moment. Allow your eyes to close. So we've been really working to open the hips, and that may lead you to believe we're going to a particular arm balance, which we are not going to. If you want any more help with your arm balances and anything like that, you can get in touch with me directly. But for today, I'm just going to work towards crow pose, bent arm crow pose. We're going to see if we can hold it, maybe for 3 breaths, maybe for 5, maybe for 10. And if there's any variations you want to play with when you get into the shape, just let that happen. So triceps on the knees, lift the hips, ground the hands down. If there's no mat in front of you, just shuffle yourself back so you have a little more room. So knees and triceps stay connected, hug the elbows in. Lean forward, maybe your feet lift. So again, once we're here, we hold it, elbows draw in, squeeze the heels to butt. If there's anywhere you can take it, you can work towards some variations of the pose. Just be happy where you are. Be steady. We'll be there for around 3 more breaths. Take one last breath in. If you're still in the pose, see if you can take it back through chaturanga. Pause. Then untuck the toes. Straighten the arms, upward facing. Rebend the elbows, chaturanga. Roll the toes over, push to straighten. Come back, your final downward facing dog. From here, we'll make our way onto our bottom. So look forward, lift heels, bend knees. Once the feet lift, cross the ankles, sit down onto the bum. And bring the soles of the feet together, let the knees fall out wide here. We'll catch hold of the feet, pull the shoulders back, lift the chest. Take a breath in. And then exhale, we will fold. And the breath slow down. Hopefully you're sweating just as much as I am. And great practice when you're a little short on time, you don't quite have time for a 60 or 90 minute practice. But you still want to get the blood flowing, you still want to get the body working.
Come back up through a seat. Start to lower yourself down onto your back. Once you get there, bring the right knee to chest, spread the arms out wide, then cross that right knee over to the left-hand side of the room. Like we did when we were standing, if you have a space, take your left hand to the right foot and straighten the leg. And if you found that, maybe you bend up your left knee, right hand can catch hold of the left foot. And you work to roll the shoulder blades onto the back and then move your right hip away from you, promoting a little more opening. In breath here. Let it out. And gently release the legs. Bring yourself back through center. Then allow your hips just to shuffle towards the left-hand side of your mat. Take your left knee to chest, spread the arms wide, then cross that left leg over to the right. Either keeping the knee bent or working to straighten, taking right hand to the left foot. And then maybe left hand reaches down as you bend up the right knee to catch hold of your right foot. Shoulder blades on the mat, left knee moves away from you. Take an in-breath. And gently release. So you bring yourself back through center. Take one last little hug of those knees in towards your chest. Allow your forehead to lift off the mat as you draw the forehead in towards the knees. Take a full breath in. And let yourself release. I want to thank you so much for practicing as always. Give yourself this opportunity to find Shavasana or any other restful posture you like to finish your practice in. It might be a seated meditation for you. Somewhere where you can allow your body to be still and give yourself proper opportunity to rest. Sit with your thoughts, sit with your breath, and let whatever comes up, just come up for you. Not trying to change our thinking, not judging, just observing. As always, I thank you so much for practicing. I'll see you all again soon. Peace.